Hi everyone, welcome back to Sun's Arts. If you're new, welcome to the family. DIY number 1. For this DIY, I'm going to make flower fairy and I'm going to use a couple of pink roses that I got from Dollar Tree. I think I'm going to take 2 of them and one will be the skirt or the base of the flower and the other would be the body and it will be give like more volume to the skirt. And I inverted the first flower. For the second flower, I just removed a couple of petals and I inserted them on top of the first flower. And here I'm taking an aluminum foil and then making it a ball and using one of this paper towel. I'm going to create the head for this flower fairy and I'm just taking one piece of it and I'm going to put this aluminum foil in the center and I'm going to create like a ball just like that, and I'm going to work on that later. Now I'm going to take this the green part of the flower and I'm going to push it back onto this flower. Now the flower looks like a little fluffier. I took 2 of them to give like nice stability there, and I'm using the thread. I'm going to twine around the ball that I created, and I created knots like that, and I'm going to cut the excess of this paper towel and I'm going to attach this as the head for the flower fairy just like so. So now I'm going to take off the extra with my detailing scissor because this works for this tiny details, and I love this scissor I got from Dollar Tree. And using a dab of a hot glue, I'm going to stick it, and the extra paper I'm also going to stuff just beneath the head to give like little volume to the body. And taking dab of a hot glue and I'm attaching the head just like that, and all these extra paper also I'm just stuffing inside. And I saw this flower fairy in one of the YouTube channel, and also I saw that Annie created ones with I think blue flower. I was so much inspired. I thought like I should make this, and here is the opportunity. I'm making one of this flower fairy in a pink color and I'm actually done with stuffing the body part. Now I'm taking this leaf and this would be the top part of the body, and that will be like the top part of the dress, I would say. I took 2 leaves and I just stuck it in an angle, and that would be the top part. Now I'm going to attach those extra pieces as the top part of the skirt just like that. It will give like a contrast of green and pink there, and I'm just loving the skirt already. And now I'm going to take 2 of those flower stems and I'm going to convert them into hands, and I just bent it in an angle so it looks like hands, and I just stuck those 2 on either side of the shoulders of the flower. And I'm taking 3 leaves and I'm just giving like a head cover to the flower fairy, and using dab of a hot glue I stuck all those 3 leaves together. Now I'm going to create the headband for her, and I have this baker's twine pink and white. I'm just circulating around her head like a headband, and this would complete the decor. And I'm also going to create a necklace around her neck. You're going to see with a tiny bud, and she's holding a flower gracefully, and this is my flower fairy. And look how gorgeous this turned out. I also added one of the baby's breath as her hair decor on one corner, and also I gave like baker's twine as a necklace and one of the tiny bud as her pendant. And this is one of my flower fairy. I'm just loving how this turned out. I hope you enjoyed watching also. You have to let me know what you think about it as well in the comment section. This video would be part of Fantasycore Spring playlist, and this is hosted by Annie or Indiana Jones, and this is all about magical creatures like fairies and mermaids and unicorns, gnomes, leprechauns, and all those magical creatures that we read as a children, and we are creating some of the DIY themed around them. And I'll leave the link of Annie's channel as well as the playlist of all the amazing creators in the description box. Now a little bit about the Fairycore. It's actually one of the aesthetic that is all about magic in nature, and I chose butterflies and flower fairies as my theme. And let's move on to DIY number 2. And this is about a spring floral decor. I just have one of this pink picture frame, actually kind of a shadow box kind of a frame, and I have this background as cardboard, and I also removed the top part of the cardboard and I'm using the corrugated surface, and I attached a lot of the spring flowers in a pattern, and I created a bow in a farmhouse ribbon, and I also created a tassel that is going to be just below the bow, just like that. And this is one of the quick spring decor that I wanted to add in this collection of Fairycore spring decor. So yeah, this is one of it. I'm just loving how those spring flowers have sprung from all those branches, and yeah, this is one of it and one of my favorites. You have to let me know what you think about it as well. On to DIY number 3. For this, I'm going to create a butterfly tray, and this is actually a butterfly book that came from a Dollar Tree calendar. The bigger calendar, it came as a complimentary, and I'm going to use one of the butterflies from there, and I'm going to use one of the Dollar Tree tray. Like you saw, I painted white in the background and blue all around, and I'm going to use one of this beautiful tissue paper which has got all spring decor on it, like spring butterflies, flowers. I'm just taking a piece of it and decoupaging it with a Mod Podge, and I'm going to have one more coat on top of it. And after that, I'm just taking this butterfly. I just cut out everything except the butterfly, and I'm going to stick this using the Mod Podge just like so, and I'm going to take one more coat of Mod Podge on the top, and this completes this beautiful butterfly tray. And I'm going to decorate this tray to decorate some of the flower fairies later, and this is how it looks after it's completely done. I'm just going to show you with a tiny flower pot that I also made for one of the minis that I'm going to show in upcoming videos. And I'm just loving the whole blue butterfly with the spring background, so you have to let me know what you think about it also in the comment section. I'm making these DIYs in honor of blue butterflies. I heard that blue butterflies are getting extinct and they are just not there anymore because of the natural habitat that's being, taken away. I know some of the conservation methods, they're trying to get them back, but yeah, and this is in honor of all the blue butterflies in the world, and butterflies are one of my favorites. On to DIY number 4. This is also a butterfly decor. I got this canvas art long back, and I also used that canvas with some of this painting, and I'm going to repurpose it by painting white on top of it. And I'm going to take another butterfly from the same calendar book, and I'm just taking this beautiful butterfly with the blue background. I'm going to use the whole picture, and using the dab of Mod Podge all over it, I'm just decoupaging it, and this turned out so beautifully after it is dried. And for the easel, I'm going to also stain it a little bit with antique wax. I mixed like water and antique wax together, and I'm just staining all over it because it's too bright for me. I'm going to little darken it, and this is going to give like a nice farmhouse look. That's the look I'm actually going also. And yeah, I'm going to let it dry, and after it is dry, I'm going to decorate my butterfly canvas on top of it. And for this canvas, I'm also going to decorate the edges with one of this jute twine that I had, and I'm carefully sticking all the 4 corners of this square. And I'm also going to decorate this with some more florals and greenery, and I'm not going to overdo it. I'm thinking about doing like a light greenery and light florals. So I just stuck one flower in the place where the whole of the calendar picture is there, and I'm just covering that with a flower, and I also stuck two of the greenery on either side, and this completes this canvas art. I'm very happy how this turned out. I hope you liked it too, so you have to let me know what you think about it as well in the comment section. On to DIY number 5, and this is one of a quick hack, I would say, and these are two of the ornate picture frame that I got long back from Dollar Tree, and the butterflies are from Amazon, and I'm going to stick those on top of this ornate frame like a nest of a butterfly, and the butterflies are flowing out of the nest and then flying away. That's the scene I'm having in my mind. So I just stuck the butterflies in one of the picture frame just like that, and this was one of my early videos I just wanted to include here in this list. So I'm going to show how this turned out after sticking both the ornate frames with the butterfly. I'm using all the different sizes of the blue butterflies, and I'm going to show how this turned out. This is how it looks after I stuck it on the wall, and those two butterflies are coming out of the nest and they're flowing away. I just love how this whole butterfly scenery turned out. I'm very happy with the final result, and you have to let me know what you think about this as well. And this is the final reveal of Fantasycore Spring DIYs, and this is my picture frame with spring flowers, and this is one of the Fairytopia Barbie which my daughter used to play, and this is actually going with the theme, so she's part of it. And this butterfly tray, and I added some glass gems to give like a dewdrop effect, and this is one of the flower vase, and that's the topiary with pink flowers, and this is my daisy flower vase with swans, and this is another topiary and some more lights, and this is one of the flower pot in a flower shape, and this is the tiny fairy, flower fairy coming out from there, and there's my butterfly, and this is the flower fairy holding the tiny flower, and this is one of the night lamp I created with a solar light as a fairy garden, and I'm going to share that in upcoming videos. And this is one of the tiny containers with flowers. This was my earlier videos, and flower pot and a topiary and one of the bird house with flowers. Yeah, and this is my cute Fantasycore spring DIYs. I'm very much happy how these turned out. I hope you enjoyed watching and working along with me, and if you like something like this, I hope you would consider subscribing, liking and share, and please don't forget to hit on the bell icon for the notifications when I upload videos like this. Like I always say, thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you again.